Do you guys see the live stream?
Just gonna check now. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to play the DeFi proof video just to give it a whirl and see if I got it. So everybody just please bear with me. Who said something?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Were you on purpose half an hour ago?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
He was just testing things out and getting the settings a half an hour ago. And
I'm sorry, I can't.
But to answer that question, yeah, I did try out about 30 minutes ago to see if I had it working right. Apparently, it looks like I have some type of loop issue here, but we'll have to just maybe push through and see what happens.
Your voice sounds louder than it did the other night,
though. Yeah, I'm on a different PC. It's a same style mic or the same. I just have multiple. Is it too loud or is it okay?
Nope, it's not too loud. I don't know if it's like quite loud enough for people that are only listening on YouTube, but it's a lot louder than it was the night before.
Okay, sound good to me.
I guess that's all that matters.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Then everybody just kind of let me know in the YouTube chat if anything is wrong. But we're probably just going to have to push through as is and work through any issues. But oh yeah, DeFi proof. There it is. Let's. Oh yeah. Excuse my rank abilities here on YouTube, but you're just gonna have to put up with them. But now everybody should be able to speak because no more audio. We're good to go. Light this up. Detonator version 2. Super upgrades. Beast mode. Unleashing that explosive ROI contract onto DeFi. Hey, what did everybody think of that video earlier today that dropped?
That video was so awesome.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Julius. That I think he might become a DeFi god after that video.
Bro, so I'm a motion designer too, and I'm impressed because that 3D, like all the lighting and texturing looked incredible, and then the pacing of just the entire storyline and everything looked incredible. Just everything was really well done. Very professional work.
Unlike this live stream, I am just winging it, and it actually shows how amazing AJ is at the things he does. You know, getting it all worked out. None of this stuff is simple if you don't do it on the regular, but like everything here, it's a work in progress. Crypto is a work in progress. We are a work in progress, you know, as investors, as builders, as economy owners, always striving to be better every single day, right? Perfect.
Heck yeah, man. That's life. That's everything. One step at a time.
That's right. So just so everybody knows, this is going to be a bit more informal. I don't have any alpha to drop on everybody like AJ does. We know that he's at Disney per his information yesterday, where he ran into actually a couple EMP people, which had to be an amazing feeling to, you know, have that. AJ did that mini meetup without all of us, I guess. So we're going to have to really bust his balls when he comes back. So don't leave me hanging here, because I don't know if anything has gone wrong or I can't hear or whatnot. So how does the video and audio quality appear like on YouTube? Is decent?
Yep, looks good.
Okay. So, let me see. Let's get to this. Sorry, just gotta bear with me here as I fumble through my screens. Slight delay, but perfect. Okay. Looks like some transitioning effects here, but okay, fine. So how's everybody feeling about like PEG and all that amazing pumpage? Nobody's excited about that? Okay.
Well, that's why I hopped on, dude. I saw what is that? I didn't check, but .03. Like that's crazy, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
When did that happen? I've been running around doing things. I didn't even open it. I'm just opening it now. When did that happen?
So there were two really big buys, and I don't want to spoil the fun, but I think it's anticipation of the, you know, some of the new upgrades in the detonator. So pretty sick. And just for everybody that's listening on the live stream as well, make sure that you go in and approve. And keep in mind there is a slight delay on here from when it shows up, from when I click on it. So I'll try to remember that. But
yeah, dude, it's money printing time.
Oh, heck yeah. And it's responsibility time too, right? Everybody is worried about that regulation or whatever. This is self-regulation. We're the banker, we're the owners. So if you play the way that the ecosystem likes, you're rewarded for it. If you don't, everybody, I think most people know what happens. Like, the system is only reactionary to your actions. If you don't like the reaction, you need to change your actions. Simple. So as I was kind of saying though too, everybody make sure that you reapprove or approve the EMP ETH LP contract, because as everybody knows or doesn't know yet, I guess, the contract was migrated for the upgraded features here. and you will have to go ahead and click approve. You will get a that, you know, doodaddy little fox that will come up. It's going to ask you for that permission. We're going to wait here and see. I hope I have 7 cents. I think I do. Can everybody see that? Yes. Can everybody hear this? Yes. Click confirm. We're going to wait. There'll be a slight delay, like I've said here. Oh, hello.
Max, you're on camera, man.
Okay, and so after that, you hit that approve of that contract, and then the confirmation of your payment. It'll take a few seconds to process that, obviously, on the block. And that approve button will disappear. You will then see the zap in and the deposit buttons. Boop, right here. Obviously, you know, depends on your situation, if you're going to deposit, if you're not going to deposit. But if you are here, you know, to, you know, get in the lottery and you haven't been in, like, of course you're going to have to deposit if you want to participate. And this is how you do it. You would click deposit. You would want to make sure when you're depositing that you are always depositing in multiples of 0.15. 0.15 LP is going to get you a ticket here in the lottery raffle. So this isn't really, you know, a lottery in the sense that, you know, sometimes in a lottery there aren't winners. Here there are always winners. And so as we go through this is obviously new features and stuff here too. So we don't really have a script per se on this yet. So this is going to be fresh and raw and probably a little bit ugly, but we're going to push through like we always do here. Work things. Everything's a work in progress, like I said earlier. But if you want to get in on those tickets and have that opportunity, you know, at life-changing money here in the Detonator, you're going to have to deposit 0.15 LP. That LP is EMP ETH LP. And what is that going for today? Can somebody tell me? One ticket, probably around $8. $8.46. All right. Let's see if we can find that on the screen anywhere. There it is. Perfect. Let's highlight.
A minute to learn where your eyes keep scanning.
Yeah. Exactly. This is all fresh, uncharted territory for most of us here looking at this screen. This obviously is just kind of a test account here to show everybody, you know, what can be done. Currently, we're at about 7,376 tickets. We have been seeing about 10,000. And just so everybody knows the format, this is slightly different because this contract just got launched yesterday. And so everybody's kind of seeing this for the first time. I am Bull Gates. I am a community general here. And so the team lead, AJ, is at Disney right now, you know, partying with the cast of Disney. So they're having a good time, taking some well-deserved R&R with his family. So I think we're all happy for him. And so he kind of threw us into the frying pan here to figure everything out a little bit and, you know, let us get our feet wet, which is amazing, because that's what crypto grants all of us, is this ability to learn things that maybe push us out of our comfort zone and see exactly what we can do. And with that, you know, when you're doing all these different things, especially out of your comfort zone, you're going to learn these things, but you're going to meet people that are going to help you do these things. And that's another amazing aspect of crypto and all this technology that kind of coalesces into this amazing package, you know, to bring people together. And we have obviously people from all over the world here, all different circumstances. And the great thing here at EMP, everybody is welcome. Everybody, when you become invested in yourself here through education and learn how the system works, then you're going to have that opportunity to become an owner of this ecosystem and, have some pride and ownership of a real tangible business and economy, and then, make your voice heard. And even if you're not a part of the ecosystem yet, you can always take that opportunity to invest in yourself. And, nobody is going to ever tell you to invest in this ecosystem before you know what's going on. We want you to succeed, and the best way to succeed is by educating yourself. And there's all kinds of tools here from the amazing people in the community that have strategies and helpful tips on how to do just about everything in crypto, from transferring money or funds over from the Ethereum mainnet to BSC, which we are on. This is an incredible chain to be on because it's fast, it's secure. Binance backs up everything on it, and Binance is the world's largest exchange, which, they do an amazing job, giving us this platform to use for really, pennies a day, and the ability to change our life for pennies a day. And so the great things that we can do here are only really limited by the amount of time that we want to invest into this. And, do we want to just kind of make this a hobby? Do you want to make it a career? Do you just want to do it to meet people? No problem. Everything here, your choice. You have the freedom to do all kinds of things here, and it's really up to you. It's how you want to build yourself in this space and what you want to do. Nobody can tell you what to do. But here in this system, fortunately, we have almost, I think, all the tools in place to help you succeed. And I say almost all because we can't actually tell you. Why did I lose that focus there? Sorry, the detonator popped off on me there. Must have clicked something. So, as I was saying, we have all the tools here in place to help you succeed, but those tools can't do anything for you unless you take the time how and learn how to use them, and how they can best suit your goals and your situation. So when anybody says DYOR, that means do your own research, but that research is just part of it. Research means, reading that white paper, listening to and watching videos, maybe pulling out a calculator, a bunch of other things. But remember that research has to be put into action by doing something. And that's the culmination, or where all of that work pays off, is in when you finally plant your seed, so to speak, or your flag, in an ecosystem, because you understand it. And always be cautious and aware of just throwing money at anything in this space because you think you're going to become a millionaire overnight. And a lot of people out here might be hoping, not in this ecosystem, I promise you. There will be people that want you to just throw it in there without knowing what's going on. And we don't want to see that happen. So that being said, take advantage of the free academy we have here. It's about an hour-long course that kind of gives the basic overview of the ecosystem. The academy right now is in the process of being rebuilt by one of our generals. Those are Army General here is a community member that kind of goes over and above and puts in a lot of work, and is a really a positive actor, so to speak, both in the community and in the ecosystem, and is trying to build something better in the space here. And so the amazing thing is that everybody in this audience here can join and become a member of the community for nothing. And you can work your way up to VIP and to general, and maybe in a month take my place on the AMAs. And so but the first step, right, is actually doing the homework, so to speak. And then when you've done all that research, putting it into action, and then believing in yourself and making that truly making an investment in yourself for the future. And truly the best way, to make that investment in the future is not by money, because money, you'll never remember the dollars that you've earned and lost and spent and etc. However, when you invest in yourself by educating yourself and understanding how a product works, like this ecosystem here at EMP, knowledge never will leave you. It's like that expression, when you learn how to ride a bike, you never forget. And the great thing about knowledge is it's compounding. And a lot of people might say, well, compounding is just for money. Well, that's not really true, because when you are stacking knowledge on knowledge, that's compounding. You're compounding your knowledge. You're building a foundation for something bigger and better. And you determine what's better for your life here in crypto, and we want to see you succeed, because in this system, when you do well, the ecosystem does well, and just the opposite is true. When you lose, the ecosystem loses. So everything is within our control in this ecosystem to win. It doesn't matter how the overall market is, so long as everybody in the ecosystem understands how this platform works. And that's why we are constantly stressing education, and probably drives a lot of people crazy. But it is a key to the success of you here. And so when a lot of people say, well, how do we do this? How do I do this? And how to, we can show you how to do those things through the academy, through, written documents, and on Discord, which is amazing, or in Telegram. Great people in both of those, but keeping in mind that when we do these things here, that it's really important that you take that time to invest in yourself. And when you spend all that time, keep in mind that time is costing you something that you could be doing something else. So you want to make it as productive as possible when you're in the ecosystem, especially when you start off. And it's best to make that good first impression. And we are happy to welcome all new people here, and we want to see you succeed. So make your voice heard, ask questions, and introduce yourself in the community. Does anybody else have anything to say? Yeah.
Can you explain that win it all and the lottery now there's free prizes? What's the win it all?
The win it now?
Or win it now, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So the win it now is actually a button, inspired by, a really big auction platform, if you will. And what it allows you to do, because in Detonator version 1, remember AJ had always said that make your first shot your best shot, because your deposits are not cumulative anymore. Well, fortunately, your deposits are cumulative now, and so you can stack your deposits daily to try to get that top deposit prize. However, if you don't want to participate in that manner, you're going to have the ability to hit win it, the win button, or the win it now button. And what that's going to allow you to do is, the pool balance is 104. Let me see. So the pool balance is 104,000 right now. So you would have to deposit, 2% of the pool balance at the time you did it for that win it now button, and then you would be rewarded with a 2% bonus, right? The 2% of the pool balance. So if your snipe, let's just say hypothetically, was 2,000 LP, you would win 2,000 LP. But the button will determine exactly what 2% is at the time that you do it. Does that make sense?
Okay, but there is no button yet, right?
No, it's there. It's not necessarily a button, but if we click on deposit, it will not be active until the rollover happens. So today, it will, the win it now button will be active if everybody clicks on the deposit button on their screen. And I don't know how the audio quality is. or the video quality is on my stream. But the point here is that if you look at your own screen and you're on the Detonator page and you have the deposit button, if you click on deposit, you know, you're going to see this screen. The Win It Now feature is right here in the middle of the page. You would click on the Win It Now button and you would make your deposit. It says your deposit would have to be 2% of the pool balance. This will not be active until the rollover, after, you know, 1 second after the rollover happens, you know, you're going to be able to put your snipe in. Go ahead. Did I hear somebody ask a question? Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
How you doing?
Good, Charlie. How are you?
I'm good. The slow morning. I just want to add a very technical part where the 2% actually 2% of the pool balance at the end of the last rollover and not a live 2%. Meaning that, let's say, for example, that we close today rollover at 105 LP. All right, and then let's say the 2% is not taken directly after, but later on the day is taken. But at the time where the guy or the girl take the winning now, if the pool balance was not 105 but 105 LP, it will still be 2% of the 105 LP, 105,000 LP, because it will be 2% from the pool balance at the last rollover.
Yes.
It's very technical, but just to get people in their mind that it's 2%, is it more than 2%? It's really at the last rollover.
Thanks, Charlie.
Hey, Bull.
Hey, Kirk. What's up?
Hey, Charlie, I got a question for you on that if you're still around.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I totally understand what you're saying. So there's like a snapshot taken right at rollover, and that is the amount for the entire next day that you would be getting 2%. But then are you getting 2% of that amount as well? Or is what you actually get a live number, or is it all just frozen in time basically for 24 hours?
Yeah, no, you will simply get, you will get what you deposit. Simple as that. You deposit a certain amount, you get this certain amount. This certain amount is 2% of the last rollover, of 2% of the last pool balance at the last rollover. But it's really enter for free, get what you deposit type of mentality. Does that answer your question? Yes.
Yeah, cool. All right. That's what I thought, because for a second I was going, well, if it was live, then that the balance was going up and you were paying a fixed amount, then you would be making even more. But so it makes more sense.
Yeah, we discussed that in the very technical part. It's easier, to be honest, to be like a 2% from the last rollover, just for the technical side of the things. And to be honest, in my it won't be much fluctuation at this point, so it was easier and it made more sense.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Charlie, can you just explain the random while I'm trying to monkey with these sound settings a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you asked about the random too, sorry. So the thing about the random winners, in Data V1, we have simple as, all right, we have one sniper, one large deposit, we have one random winner based on the raffle, Lotto, and it was 1% of the pool balance for each, either the largest or the Lotto winner. Now we have implemented, because the pool balance is growing and because we wanted to also answer the daily burst type of equation that goes behind where people get demoted and stuff like that. So it's an old process, but now if you have a deposit between the largest deposit between 0 and 599, this person will have the same amount with a minimum of 300 for the largest depositor. And the Lotto winner will be also 999, between 0 and 999 with the minimum of 300. So first, the 300 LP minimum, it's in the code for the largest depositor, even if it deposits less than 300. And the Lotto winner will be the same, where he gets at least 300, even if the largest is less than 300 deposited. Now, if someone deposits between 300 and 599, he will get the same amount. If he deposits 450, the largest will get 450. And because now we wanted to match the Lotto winner with the price of the largest depositor. So if 450 is deposited, he gets 450, and the Lotto winner gets 452. Now we also wanted to incentivize a little bit more for the Lotto part. So if the deposit is over 599, so 600 to 999, so it's an implementation after that of 400. If the deposit, for example, is 750, the largest will still get 750, and the Lotto winner will get 750 will be the idea. But because we are now over 600, we wanted to implement a split where we have two winners. So this 750 deposit for the Lotto winner will be now split in two. So we have two winners, and each will get 375. There is no first winner or second winner. It's equal amount for each. And now we have an implementation where it's every 400 LP. So starting at 1,000 LP deposit, the largest will get 1,000 in return. And now we will have 1,000 LP, but we have another activation where it's over 999. So it's three winners. And we can repeat after and after, but there is a little limitation where if the largest deposit is over 1% of the pool balance, so I'm going to take my example of 100,000 LP and not 105 and stuff like that. I'm going to take the simple number. So if we have a deposit of 1,000 LP based on the pool balance that is 100,000 LP, so it's 1%. If it's over 1%, let's say, I think in my example, I took 1,300 LP deposited, the largest depositor will still get 1,300 LP in return. Now the Lotto winners will be like, oh, we have more and more winners after all. But the thing is, the Lotto winners maximum will be 1% of the pool balance. So even if it deposits 1,300, the Lotto winner's prize will still be 1,000 LP and not 1,300. 1,000 LP will be split because it's 1,000, it's three winners. And so now it's 1,000 split in three, so 333 for each, sorry. And yeah, so the cap, we have a cap at 1% of the pool balance for Lotto. And we also have a cap, but it's a big cap for the largest depositor, where it's 3% of the pool balance. I will be very, very happy, and everybody will be also very happy if we get to 3% for a snipe, largest depositor, but we might, I don't know. And this person will get 3%, will deposit 3% or more. He can even deposit more than 3%, but the cap will be, we give him back 3% of the pool balance. So it's really a mentality of enter for free for the largest depositor, as long as you don't deposit more than 3%. And for the Lotto winners, it's starting like 600 LPs based on the largest depositor, you have 2 winners, and then after that, it's every 400 we activate another winner. So you basically double or triple your chance to win, because if you had one chance out of 10,000, for example, and because now we have 2 winners, or I think today we'll have 2 winners at least, maybe more, but now we still have 10,000 tickets, maybe more, because every day seems like we have a little bit more, but just to give the example, now you have one chance out of 5,000, not one chance out of 10,000. And if we have 3 winners, you will have one chance out of 3,333. So yeah, the more winners we have, the more chance you have, right? Doesn't matter if you have 1 ticket or 50 tickets, we each increase our odds of winning. I hope I was clear enough and didn't confuse anyone, but again, it's all in the white paper, and you will find everything, and you will find those example I give you, but the mortality is you get what you deposit for the largest depositor, and the Lotto winners get activated at certain threshold at the max of 1% of the pool balance.
And just for everybody,
Hey,
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Joe.
oh no, I was just gonna ask Charlie. Do you guys hear me echoing like Charlie did, or is it? I was just gonna ask Charlie. Do you guys hear me echoing like Charlie did? Oh, it's weird. I think there's a lag. Anyways,
You are the lag.
Yeah, Charlie, I just wanted to ask you, what's the logic behind the multiple lottery winners as far as the amounts? Hold on, let me shut this off. The
amounts.
It starts at $5.99. Let's call it 600. So up to 600, you get one winner, and then it goes up in 400 increments. Was there any rationale for picking those numbers, 600 to begin and then 400 going forward?
Well, the 600 was I don't remember all the thinking behind it, but it was really a common ground to find a where for the to activate the second, because we didn't want to dilute. I mean, if I can say dilute, but because of the pool balance at the moment we start those conversations, the pool balance was already over 60,000 LP. So the 1% was already over 600 LP rewards for each. So we started with 600, but after that we went every 400. And why? Because we also wanted to not reduce the amount. If I take 900 for example of the deposit in reward, so 900 LP. And because 900, if we have 2 winners, they will get each 450 in rewards. And if you think like that, and if you take, like, for example, a 600, 599, but I will say 600 for the sake of the example, it will one winner will have 600 if he wins at 600, and 2 winners will have 450. So his reduction kind of style is really less diluted on that part. It's kind of hard to give an example like this. I don't think I'm clear enough, but we also wanted each part of the threshold. If you take the higher part of each threshold, we wanted to give more to each also, because at 1,399, if you split this in 3, it's for how much?
I can help you out a little bit, Charlie.
470. Yeah. I'm not in front of my computer. I don't have my.
Yeah, it actually scales up a little bit as it increases for each of the winners. So instead of increments of 300, it's 400. So each time it goes up, the increment goes a little bit higher as well.
But Joe, to answer your question, I think it was a matter of catering to all the participants, both depositors and ticket winners, and in conjunction with the math working out at that threshold, and then finding sort of a happy middle ground between all of those things. And so it wasn't just that was the only number that worked out, but it was just trying to find something that looked very appealing and worked mathematically for the ecosystem, for depositors, and then for people that were also depositing and looking to win the random. So I think that was in general the idea of why it was chosen, or designed like that. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, no problem. It doesn't change anything. I was just curious on how those numbers came up, but yeah. So I guess the way it would work. So say someone say the first one winner would be 599 or lower. So if someone deposited 599.9, that would still be one winner because it's under the 600 threshold for two winners, right?
No, the threshold is 599.
Okay, so because people can deposit fractions of an LP, I just wanted everyone to understand how that worked when it fell from one winner to two or two to three, where the cutoffs are.
Yeah, the white paper it's pinned in the Telegram and then in Discord, but it's also in the chat for YouTube right now as well. And can anybody on YouTube tell me if my audio is too low still? I did some adjustments to see if that changed anything. So if you could please let me know, that would be appreciated. And I know I'm probably super loud on Telegram now. Really
No, you're actually good.
Darn. Okay. Okay, YouTube. I'll still work on it here.
No, you're good on my end. I lowered you down to 46% because some other people were really faded, but it's all balanced out. You sound fine, at least on Telegram.
Is that any better, YouTube?
Yeah. Well, I have my YouTube turned off, but if you want to say something, go ahead. I'll turn it up. Yeah.
Hello, Joe. How's the volume? Off? Still too low?
Turned off, but if you want to say something, go ahead. I'll turn it up. Yeah.
Hello,
Nope,
Joe.
it's just delayed, but you sound fine.
Off? Still too low?
It's your voice is way quiet. Your voice is way quieter than Joe's was, but you can definitely hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't count it, but I think we have like a 10-second delay between Telegram and actual YouTube.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm sorry, back to that question. So I'm looking at the white paper.
Yep.
So 599 equals one winner. So if we had 599.5, someone put in a half a LP, does that flip them to the 600 minimum for two winners, or does that keep one winner?
Yeah.
Do you know?
It should be two winners without me, without me looking at it. Yeah, it's like Randy had kind of pointed out. Initially it was 0 to 599. You obviously would have one deposit winner and one random. 599.1 would result in two winners, and so 599 times 400, you would have, boy, I'm on the spot here, 999 And then once you went 991, you would have 3 winners. But don't, make sure just verify that on the white paper, because I'm not looking at it at the moment.
Oh no, I understand you're shooting blindly. It was just the concept itself. Yeah. So the one winner is 590 up to 599. The 2 winner bracket is 600 to 999, and then 3 winners is 1,000 to 1399, and then so on and so on.
I think that's going to be a question of however developer set that. But I imagine it actually, the second winner is introduced to 600. That way it's a minimum of 300 for both.
Yeah, unless it's a mathing rounding thing that he does, Jake. We'll have to see. But I guess tonight we've got 699.93, who I don't think that's going to stick, even though that's a big amount. I think we're going to see some epic numbers. Fireworks, right, Bo?
Oh, yeah, man. Seriously, like, aside from all the technical glitches that I'm having, or the inability to do this, that this doesn't mean anything for like Jake is a freaking legend and getting it done, and there were a lot of people in the community that worked on this. They listened to all the feedback from people and really mesh that together or weave that together really, really nicely into Detonator version 2. And I know, just perusing other DeFi channels, there's a lot of people that are really excited for the upgrades here on Detonator. And me personally, I already thought the Detonator was super amazing, but the great thing about this ecosystem and AJ and Jake and everybody else is they listen. Everybody, because, without sounding like cliche, we're all owners here. And like, if you make your voice heard and you have a suggestion or you have feedback for something that could be done better, and if it's better, I would venture to say that it will be implemented. But nobody knows, what you're thinking if you don't say something. So, you always have to have your voice heard, and that's, I can't speak for like other ecosystems, but I think that's pretty amazing that we're able to voice a concern or something, and it's listened to, and then like what you said could literally be the next implementation of something. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And sometimes people post frustration or they throw it out an idea. Yeah. They think that it's very obvious we should make a change, and we're all entitled to our opinions. But yeah, where else can you go, whether you have an idea that's good or not, or you have a question that's legitimate, or if you have a complaint, you're going straight to the Godfather, right?
Yeah.
And you get to sit in front of him every night and talk to him directly and ask him anything you want, and he will answer everything. It's total transparency. I've never seen that before. So it's pretty incredible. So people that are new just realize this isn't the norm. Mm-hmm. That a team may have an AMA once in a while, but not every night like this. And AJ just takes one day off. Hot damn, the guy was doing an AMA and juggling everything from the bathroom at Disney last night because he was so pumped for this Detonator release. And I know everything in his body wanted to send the video out, but he knew that he couldn't. Yeah. But I hope everyone loved that. I'm sorry, I missed the beginning of the AMA, so if a lot of this is repeat, I apologize. But
no, it's all good,
I was actually really excited for everybody today, even though I was working at this morning when the video was released. I was just thinking, I was like, I bet the Telegram and Discord are blowing up right now. People are just losing their minds. But of all the pages, the Detonator's definitely my favorite, probably because it's so heavy in data. And I'm really excited to see that graph. I love graphs. And so this graph with the deposit growth, even though it looks like a flat line right now, it's just because it's literally a few hours old. So this will be fun to see over time. And then I really like on the Boardroom page, we have the the peg at the top, of course, but now we have the chart at the bottom with that nice little green gap that kind of shows visually that when we're above peg and for how long. So that's going to be a really fun graph to watch. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to retire my airplane peg chart because this is so much. This is so much more slick and next level that the airplane is going to have to just be put into a hangar for retirement, which I don't mind. I'll take this upgrade any day. But fun times with the airplane in the past. But yeah, everything here is so cool. I'm really excited. The dashboard, the dashboard I love. I mean, I can't say I love everything more, but the dashboard I love coming on and seeing everything at once. It just kind of gives you a quick snapshot, see where you are. You know, if you need to jump into the farms to grab those ESHAREs and whatever else. Is it time for another node? You know, all that good stuff. But yeah, just really pumped, excited for tonight on the rollover. I can't wait to see the fireworks because I think we're going to definitely see them.
Yeah, I mean, we'll go back to the dashboard here, everybody. If we a lot of times, so maybe I look at things in an odd way or an annoying way. I don't really know. But it's just the way I do things. And I look at PEG, you know, really as a confidence meter in the ecosystem. And right now we are at 103.27% confidence rating. And that's, I mean, obviously amazing. Obviously it's a metric of supply and demand too. And right now we have a demand for this system to produce EMP because a PEG is just like a DEX and an AMM that seeks to always get to parity, that 50-50 balance, if you will. But here, because we can't control what ETH does, because it's just a gigantic financial vessel, we can't control this ecosystem. And the good thing, you know, is that if it doesn't matter if PEG goes up, or excuse me, if ETH goes up or down, within this system, we can control what we do with EMP. For all the new people that, you know, were asking questions, oh, can't we just sell EMP to eShares? You could, but if we go below this 1.01, 1.0 and lower, what ends up happening is when we go below 1.01 specifically, the ability for the system to produce you more EMP from your eShares gets turned off. And that's a big source of where the value of eShare is derived from, its ability to produce or mint you more EMP. And so it looks like the smart thing to do on the surface. Hey, I'm making all this EMP, I'll just sell it. Well, the issue is when everybody sells it, you know, it drives PEG down, and then boom, that boardroom gets turned off, and next thing you know, your eShares that you bought at $750 are now all of a sudden $300, and you know, it doesn't happen immediately, but it will happen the longer that we are below PEG or below that 101, and as confidence might sink when we're below. But what ends up happening is that eShare price will start, you know, descending, going down, and usually finds a floor around, you know, 300, 250, somewhere in there. But the best way to actually protect your investment in eShare and your farm is to, you know, use EMP to build your farm, use it in a responsible manner by selling that profit that you have from your farm of eShare. You sell that eShare into ETH, and you either pair it up with EMP that you have and produce more LP to put on your farm, or you use it to buy EMP, so you know you can build that node that you've been looking to buy. And the best thing for this ecosystem is to be above that 101 number. It's almost impossible to stay above that all the time, and probably unhealthy financially and psychologically. But when we do go above that number, when people use it responsibly, we can stay there for a long time. And we've seen this happen. You know, a few months ago, we were above that number for 55 days. And so we had 55 days of EMP production and, just a tremendous, profit making and farm building, and just, a growth like in the detonator as well. And so we'll get to that really quickly. But the point is everything is within our power here, because this is a micro ecosystem. And because you think you don't matter, collectively, when we all think, I'll just do this, a little bit of this, and the chances of us going below PEG, increase the more people think like that. So the best thing to do is follow. There's a lot of strategy guides, written up in Discord. If you don't know what to do, ask, in the Telegram, and people are more than happy to give you that advice on the most responsible way for yourself, actually, to build your position in the ecosystem, and the fastest way to really accomplish that. And so, anybody else have any input on that?
Yes. No, those are all great points, Bo. And I think some of us have heard it before, but it's always good to get a refresher, because it's easy to forget how the system works, because as simple as this is, there's a lot of moving parts. So one thing I wanted to cover right now with the Boardroom has about an hour and 20 minutes left, where our TWAP is at 1.022. I mean, it could go up higher before we end. The bottom line is we're looking really healthy. So that means the Boardroom is going to start turning on pretty fiercely. So veterans will already know, but if there's anyone new, the only way we mint EMP in this system is through the Boardroom. And the whole point of that is to expand the economy. When the demand for EMP is high, meaning it's way above PEG, the system says, hey, just like the government, we need to print or stimulate, put more currency, in this case EMP, into the system to allow the economy to expand. As money gets printed, and if demand goes down, that's when we start to lose PEG, and it gets lower, either at 101 and it'll keep printing, or it falls below 1.01 and it stops printing. Because unlike our government that does not know how to turn off the printer, here the system's smart. It's saying, okay, demand is down. People are either selling it or basically selling it, really. I'm sorry. But the system is basically going to say, I'm not going to mint any more EMP and add to diluting the circulation by putting more into circulation and diluting it. When you buy nodes, even though you're generating that EMP, those are not newly minted EMP. That comes from the nodes holding by the treasury. So not that you can go crazy on nodes, because you could still end up with too much EMP, but at least the nodes that we have in this system are a lot different than nodes that are in other protocols that end up diluting the native token. So anyone that has money in Magic or the other auto vaults, those are fantastic, because everything is done for you. But I want to talk directly strategy wise for people that have too little in the farms, meaning you're not making enough ESHAREs that you can sell for Ethereum and to pair up with your EMP emissions. So if you've got ESHAREs in the Boardroom, they're about to go nuts if everything holds up. If you got nodes, especially gigas and a whole bunch of them, you're already making a lot of EMP. And if the PEG goes up higher, those node APRs are going to shoot up too. So if you start getting a lot of excess EMP, it's not a bad idea to move some of that money from the auto vaults into the farms. And the reasoning behind that is your farm has to keep up with what it's emitting to balance with what you have in EMP from the Boardroom and the nodes, whether you're on one or both. To give you a good example, and a lot of you know this formula already, like right now the Boardroom's around 1.34 when I last checked. The EMP ETH farm is 0.15. Obviously a huge difference between those percentages. So if you divide 1.342 by 1.5, you're going to get 8.9. So that means you need 9 times the amount of money, dollar value in LPs in that LP farm to balance the emissions to make more LPs. So if you have BNB eShare over in Magic and you are spitting out a lot of EMP and it's you don't know what to do with it, maybe not a bad idea to move some of it into the farm, because right now BNB eShare is at 0.49. So if you take 1.34 divided by 0.49, the Boardroom APR divided by the BNB eShare APR, you get 2.7. So you can see 2.7 is a lot less than 8.9. So what I do is I'm actually in all three. I have MDB LPs, I have BNB LPs, and I have EMP LPs. Those are the three farms that we have active. All three of them make eShares. So I utilize the system to make eShares from all three. My biggest holding is in EMP, of course, because we want those LPs. Those are what's good for our liquidity and what's kept us so strong. And when everything fell, we didn't fall below 80%, which was unbelievable given everything that was going on in the market. And the other farms are paying higher APRs. So if you hold them, it definitely helps to move it over to the farm to make more eShares, just so you stay in balance or have a better chance of getting back in balance. That's all I wanted to say on that.
Yeah, see, that's amazing. And Joe, right? Like you did. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here. When you came into the ecosystem, you didn't probably plan on being a regular speaker on the AMAs, did you?
Just like you, I didn't. I just came in and I said, "Hey, what's this Ethereum algo project? Sounds interesting."
yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like when you start out, like you probably don't know. You feel like you don't know very much, but if you really invest that time to learning here, you will pick it up so quickly that I think you're just going to be amazed at how quickly, like, you're going to absorb the information here, and it's going to seem so odd. And I'm very confident about this statement I'm going to make, is that when we are, like, in our day-to-day talking to somebody, you know, like on Telegram, that, you know, somebody from EMP, and we're talking about the detonator and nodes and, you know, compounding, you know, my wife gives me a lot of strange looks, like, oh my gosh, it's like I'm just speaking a language she doesn't understand. And we sort of are. We're speaking, you know, the language of DeFi, and this is a really special place to be. And we maybe don't realize, like, how valuable what you know, even if you're just new to DeFi, that how valuable this information is that you know, and that it can be actually put to a lot of real world applications. And as you learn more here and you grow more in the confidence and the understanding of DeFi, you know, you're probably going to be able to, you know, build a resume and put it on LinkedIn and, you know, say, hey, look, I've been in crypto for X number of years. I've been in DeFi for, you know, 2 years. And I would venture to say you're going to get a lot of requests, you know, to, you know, speak, to talk to more people, because there are a lot of people or a lot of institutions on the outside looking for people just like you that know these things. And, you know, like I said, you might not think you know much, but you are so far ahead of the rest of the world. And I bet there are millions and millions of people out there that would just really do anything to be in this exact position, to know what you know and have this opportunity that you have right now.
Yeah, Bo, like, good point about that knowledge. I don't know if you follow Ripple versus the SEC case.
I do.
With the whole XRP thing. Yeah, I follow that pretty big. I hold XRP. Some people say I'm dumb, but I'm spread out where if that takes off like I think it will, I'll be okay. But the whole thing is, yeah, they've been in court for months. They've spent $100 million fighting the SEC, and it looks like they're going to win. they're so confident that they're on a hiring spree. They can't hire people fast enough. And this is a company that is going against the SEC in court right now, spending $100 million to fight their case. And they're hiring like crazy. So imagine when and if they win, they're preparing for that. And that's a company that's being kicked. So imagine all the companies that are not on the radar of the SEC when everything has some regulation. There's going to be such a shortage of people that are familiar with crypto that they will literally hire you on the spot if you have, some good knowledge. I mean, I'm going to walk into an interview and say, have you heard of the balance strategy in ESHAREs and EMP?
Awesome. Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's time, right, people, to get to that detonator?
Bull, can you maybe show the, because we enter the last 10 minutes almost, can you show maybe the scoreboard from Detonator so that people can get familiar with that and have some even more excitement about the scoreboard of the largest depositor?
Yeah, Charlie, why don't you deposit more than 699? I want to see it update.
Oh, the largest. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. I'm just staying under the radar, Just I don't want number one to see me ready to snipe or just trying to stay
one step ahead.
Nice. Yeah, so right now the largest deposit is 699.93 LPs. You can see that along the top. If you go to the bottom left, that's all our pricing right there, which is nice. So the bottom left is our LP for EMP. So that's 56.36, right, guys? Mm-hmm. So that means right now the largest deposit, that 699, is worth just under 40,000. It's like $39,500. So that's nothing to sneeze at. But I think other people might be coming in.
I would encourage everybody, obviously, to be looking at your screen during this process too, because it. I can see from the YouTube settings that we are getting some lower bit rate. So make sure you're looking at it so you can see clearly what we're talking about, and I will have this a little bit better tomorrow. And I'm always a work in progress. Better tomorrow than today.
Are you good, Bull? I'm in HD. I'm looking at your screen. It's in AG, so it's fine. Really good.
Thank you, Charlie.
So this might have been said already. Oh, sorry, Charlie.
No, go ahead. I have nothing important. Good.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to confirm. It may have been said later and I missed it, but because of this early snipe of 699.93, we know already that we're guaranteed 2 lottery random winners, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And I'm going to go back to the leaderboard again. That's the wrong one. Sorry. Now, obviously, anybody on this list, if you guys can see the list, it's just getting pulled up now on YouTube, so a little bit of delay. Obviously, the deposits are now cumulative, meaning they're added together from that same wallet. Let's just say hypothetically, you're this person that has 55. You could throw another, 650 on there, and then be at 705 and then potentially take that largest deposit prize. So, don't forget about the power of that cumulative action.
Hey guys, how long am I here? I joined a little late.
Hey.
I'm picking up the conversation. Yeah, I've been really psyched getting in there and looking at the leaderboard and everything. And yeah, I think Bull, the point you make is good because there's a couple of guys within striking distance of that. Yep. As we close in on the roll, so it'd be interesting to see what kind of snipe action we get today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we added a dimension of gamified type of stuff where now it's not only the the one shot that's gonna take it, and it gives more excitement and a little bit of gamification of about that. So it was in purpose, and I think he is gonna be doing really great.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
I think it's exciting because it's like the first they were going to get to watch this. So, but I had a question about the UI. Just it's a general question because I noticed that the TWAP on the dashboard is different than the TWAP in the boardroom. And I don't know if there's just something on my a screen refresh on my end, or is that happening to you guys too?
Yeah, because it's about understanding what TWAP is, and what you look at the dashboard is the PEG. The PEG is at the moment what you are looking at. It's the ratio of EMP to Ethereum. So the PEG is 1.0327. So it's instant. The TWAP is time-weighted average, and it's on the epoch. So epoch is 6 hours, but the epoch that we have right now, it's 5 hours. So we still have 1 hour to go. So out of those 5 hours already, the TWAP is the average of the PEG during this 5 hours time frame that we just saw, and because the buys, we had 2 big buys and more action, but 2 big buys came at 2 hours after the epoch started. So the first 2 hours of the epoch had a TWAP around 1.00, 1.01 and stuff. And now, because the big buys push the PEG instantly higher, now the TWAP is just playing catch up to the PEG. But it could be reverse, because you could start the PEG higher next epoch, for example. But if the PEG goes down a little bit, and 6 hours later, the PEG could be less than the TWAP, because the TWAP can be higher than the PEG. Right. So and you can also have the PEG. Sorry, just want to finish. You can also end an epoch. You can also end an epoch with the PEG below 1.01 or even below 1. But because we spend 99% of the time above 1.01, the TWAP will still be higher than 1.01 and will print. You have a print. So that's a distinction. The TWAP, to make it short, the TWAP is the average of the PEG during the duration of the epoch.
And on the dashboard, the PEG that was shown is that bringing the current TWAP into that average PEG? Whatever, is that how it works, Charlie?
No, the TWAP depends on the PEG. The PEG doesn't depend on the TWAP. Only the TWAP depends on the PEG.
Okay.
So you know that chart I put on with the with the plane? That's real time in 1 hour charts. So yeah, you're looking at real time on the dashboard. If someone buys a bunch of EMP, 50,000, you're going to see that PEG go up pretty instantly. Okay. And if someone dumps, you're going to see it go down pretty instantly. But within the actual boardroom, that's an average of the up and downs of buyings and sellings over that epoch, like Charlie was saying. So an average isn't going to show an instant change. Unless it's really big, it may go down slightly. But yeah, so one is an average and one is real time.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, do we have like a video on that? Like, 'cause I'm sure I'm not the only one with that question.
Well,
the new UI.
Yes, sir. Just waiting to jump in. Yeah, I actually just finished the new Academy section on Detonator. So when that goes live, it has all of this. It makes me smile listening to this conversation. I even do like a side-by-side looking at the Detonator screen and the homepage screen to talk about what current PEG is versus TWAP. So all of that is in there. And as soon as the Academy gets up and going, of course, it's all on the new UI. It looks really sexy. So stand by. But all that stuff will be there for you and for everybody else pretty soon.
That's great, man. Your video's been great, so thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so I just compounded because I'm nervous. It's the first time of the new UI. And I
heard some long ago.
I didn't want to fail and be like, holy crap, what did I do? So I said tonight I'm not going to be piggish. I'm not squeezing that lemon of everything. I'm gonna give it a half squeeze with 2 minutes left, and it worked. So anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody
Did you guys
that wants
notice
to?
how high your rewards were compared to usual?
Yeah, LA. Why is my daily burst going up? Can we fix that?
That's crazy. Yeah.
I think that 699 that came in so early had a really good help with that.
100%.
Yeah, for
And that's
sure.
that's the whole thing. All the changes, and this is just the beginning. This is the first rollover. Imagine, a month from now what it'll look like.
I think I compounded my daily burst at around 5 o'clock this afternoon. I hit my I hit that number. So
Awesome.
everything since then has been over. Yeah.
Now, so we have a minute 30 seconds left or 20 seconds left. Everybody just keep in mind, obviously, everything is a work in progress in crypto. So don't freak out. We had some people freak out because they were still on the legacy UI for Detonator, and they didn't think they were getting any rewards. And I'm not shaming anybody, but we always gotta try to remember to just message things better. That hey, look, this is what we got going on. It's there's always some changes or there are upgrades in building, and without saying it, but I'm going to say it. This is probably right up there, one of the safest projects in crypto. The best people, the best team. Just honestly, transparent and just wants everybody to win and succeed. And you can go to bed at night, wake up, and you know that your funds are safe.
We need a drum roll or something, Bull, for the
My
first roll.
compound.
We need a helicopter.
Hold on. My wife's walking in with something very important. 10 seconds left. Doesn't she know this is the Detonator rollover?
Go to bathroom. Go to the bathroom.
Yes. AJ's trying to get away right now. He's got a compound. Okay. Holy moly, 12,114 tickets. Amazing.
$6.99 took it?
I think.
Okay. Well, we're 30 seconds over. Obviously, it's a new thing for everybody.
It's weird. My detonator's not opening. I hit refresh and I'm getting a blank screen. Anybody else?
No, mine are.
Yeah,
Well,
mine's
mine looks good, and I can see that the Win It Now is available.
Link 2 for me.
Damn, the contract must be massive update.
Okay.
Oh,
We
wait,
crashed
now
the.
my
We
screen
crashed.
is blank. Now my screen is blank.
I refresh it, comes up, and then it flashes on the screen, and then it goes away.
Yeah. Same here.
No.
Oh shit, we have 2,119 LP entering. Did
Okay,
someone
so
took the...
Jake wrote in the group UI glitch pushing a fix now.
Perfect. Look at legend. What a legend.
I can't believe how
I
fast.
I see 2,119 LP entering the contract. So I don't know if it's a snipe, if someone took the winning now already, but...
Yeah, Charlie, I was just testing it out to see if it worked. I guess it did, huh?
Oh, you burn so much EMP.
Is the somebody got the old UI up? Old UI still up?
Before it went blank, I was able to see the Win It Now button active. So maybe somebody did take it, but it was active like right before everything went blank.
All right, let's just wait. And...
I guarantee you, AJ's like, "What's going on?" He's looking at his phone.
Exactly.
These are things that happen, but yeah, Jake will take care of it.
All the other menus are working. It's only the detonator.
Yeah, this is like when Bill Gates went on stage to show a demo and the screen didn't turn on, or Elon, remember he hit the Cybertruck window and broke it.
Two.
And to think the night I win the lottery, it's not working.
All right. Let me see. Detonator. Yeah. What about the legacy UI? Is it pulling data, or is that still up?
I don't think it worked for Detonator, but I'm not sure.
No,
Yeah,
the old UI didn't work. Don't work.
Yeah, your reward shows 0, pool balance is 0. The only thing it shows is what you deposited and max payout at the time of conversion. So it's kind of a static screen.
So did.
Hey guys, I think we should do this. This is kind of cool, right? Because it really builds the suspense. Now we got to wonder. We don't know, right?
Feature.
This is Don. I saw down where it shows winnings, and it showed yesterday's winner, which before it said to be determined. So I'm assuming that what just happened was yesterday's winner, but I only saw one wallet address. It might have had a drop down that I missed to show a second, but I thought I only saw one wallet address from Lotto. But I can't double check it now because it's down, or it's not showing. Anyway, I'll check it when it's back up.
Okay, it looks like Chad has said he's pushed the hot fix, and it's going to take 8 minutes for it to update.
Okay. Has that been posted in the main and everywhere else? So
it's in the main. That's where I'm reading it from.
Okay, perfect. LA, can you let me see. Okay, fine.
So we get an extra 8 minutes.
Yeah. So Charlie, do you see on chain that somebody made a deposit of 2119?
Yeah. Huh. But I'd rather wait and see.
Yep.
I see the on chain, but
okay. Charlie, what is the timestamp on this deposit?
Just after midnight. Yeah, Joe. So I don't know. I don't want to speak too soon. I just saw the on chain, and I don't want to say stuff that
yeah.
With the glitch, I don't want to speak too soon. Sorry.
By the way, 2100 LPs, it's the 2%. It's the win.
Yeah, I know.
So maybe it was able, because I saw the button available. It was available for me too. So maybe someone took it.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe that's the person who made the.
So somebody already won today, then. Tomorrow.
I don't know.
Whatever we're calling it.
In case you didn't know, Llama, there were a number of people that were kind of chomping at the bit to do it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's how it's going to go in the future. It's going to happen right after rollover, just like that, because it makes the most sense.
It's amazing. It's like a snipe at the beginning and as well at the end.
Charlie, was that big deposit? Did that make it in time, or is that rolled over? No.
It's yes, I can confirm that there is a 2,119 LP entering the contract, and this transaction was actually 27 seconds after the rollover on BSC scan. So we might have a late snipe, or we might have a winning now ticket
We've got
already.
somebody in Maine saying they won it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it invisible?
What, the lottery?
Yes.
Oh my god, he called it.
What he said?
No, he took the winning now.
The win it all. He said he won the win it all.
East. he was competing with Savage last night, saying he was going to do it first. So that's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
Man, this is killing me. I want to see the daily burst.
This is like
Oh
a
my God.
pinnacle of snipes, like for the on the roll, huh? One before and one after.
Yeah, freaking amazing.
So I'm not even sure that it's actually the rollover, but the fact is that it took the winning now so quickly that makes the UI. I don't know. Jake will tell us, but
I think you guys need to collectively give me a giga, because I think I called it when it came up in the army. I said that button's going to be pushed immediately after rollover.
yeah.
And first day, bam. I think that's going to be a pretty common thing.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Well,
Just like the
yeah,
video
so-
said, who doesn't want to? If those who don't like to compete, but they still want to, double their LPs that they put in instantly, bam, that's the way.
Yeah, Joe, it's so bullish because people can plan, obviously, especially whether it's an institution or someone with a huge bag. They can plan that out and don't have to worry about getting sniped over or whatever. It's just like a done deal. It's so bullish.
Yeah, it's kind of like playing Jeopardy. If two people know the answer, it's who hits the buzzer first, right? This is it. You're not losing. You just got to hit that buzzer first.
Yeah, so it's still kind of competition, right?
But Joe, it's really not competition, because if let's say if you have like a over 1,000 LP that you want to deposit and you want to win the big deposit, I would go for the 2%, right? Because it makes sense to be risk free and then go for the big, for the win, than to put let's say 12 or 1,400 LPs and maybe someone going to beat. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Gives you a
that's the
chance
game
to,
theory.
Go ahead, Charlie.
It's a game, right? It's
No,
all game.
I just rebound on what he said. It's all the game theory is here. But if you're really interested in something, you might also be attracted by the 3% of the snipe, because all right, the 2% is one shot and you get it, but if you can still snipe just before rollover, and you can snipe more than 2% up to 3%, and you still get, if you snipe 3%, we give you 3%. So it's even more beneficial for this person. But yeah, so that's the game theory of the snipe and the winning now and stuff like that. So that's pretty interesting and pretty good.
It does make a lot of sense what you're saying. Yes, if you have more than 2% and you want more, yes, you should go for the snap. You need to go back to the big deposit.
So my UI refreshed a little bit, and I saw my burst going up.
No, it still doesn't work.
Still glitch.
Well, the commander in chief just checked in, so he wanted to know how everybody was doing, if everybody's psyched and pumped up for the new updates or upgrades.
Hell yeah!
What? Apparently the numbers say yes.
We had like 89 people in here for the roll at least.
Yep. And everybody, the stream will be better tomorrow than it was today. Promise.
There's almost 4,000 users. I don't know if anybody saw that, but
yeah,
it really jumped up since yesterday.
I want to.
Yeah, almost 50 people, 50 new wallet, I think, from yesterday to today.
Hey, I've got a question while we're waiting. Not on Detonator, actually. So I've been watching. So I'm back to the sort of TWAP versus current. I've been watching this, and we're at 1.032 right now. It's current PEG, and when we got those big deposits, the PEG came up. But then in checking into the boardroom, I've been watching, and of course TWAP is slowly creeping up to match that. But the APR has actually been going down slightly. What else besides the health of TWAP is in that equation that calculates what APR is going to be paid?
So it's going to be the price of the ESHARE. You're going to also have the amount of ESHARE inside the Boardroom compared to the amount of total ESHARE already in circulation. So
there we go.
Let's say, for example, you only have 50% of the ESHARE inside the Boardroom. Each ESHARE will get a bigger share, a bigger part of the rewards. But if you have 95% of the ESHARE stack inside the Boardroom, each will get less of the pie, obviously. So it's really dependent on a lot of factors. And there is also about the fact that I don't have all the math, but there is the already amount of EMP in circulation that enter into this factor. So it's very complicated math, but I think the main part of obviously will be the price of ESHARE. Mm-hmm. But to be honest, we didn't print the last one, but we print the one just before. And the one just before, we ended TWAP at 1.0104.
Yep.
So really just above TWAP. And we still print 1.3%, I think, or 1.4%. So that's really amazing.
Yep.
And I think this one is going to be massive. So
what percentage of ESHAREs are staked right now in the Boardroom?
75%. I think I did it a couple hours ago. 75%.
Okay, it'll be proportionate to the last print, but higher based on TWAP. So there you go.
Yeah, there's a lot more ESHARE in there now than there has been, obviously. Okay, well, thanks, Charlie. That makes some sense. I was just curious because I knew there were other factors besides just PEG, because obviously it would be going up if it was just PEG. But okay, thanks.
So I guess Detonator came back. I mean, he came back on my side. I don't know if he came back on your side.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yep.
I'm back. So what, 108,000?
So yeah, the winning now is done and is over. So it's I don't know if you can show it, Bull. If you go Detonator deposit, and then you can the winning now.
Yep.
$6.1 million in the contract.
There you go, everybody. Perfect.
So you can see the red light, and you can see how much it was supposed to be for the deposit. But since it's unavailable, you can see that someone took it. So yeah, if you want the winning now, come back tomorrow and try not to crash the UI.
Like Llama, I'm sure you can testify to that. Technology is always a work in progress when you're building a new product, right?
Absolutely. You know it. There's always that one glitch, one thing that you find.
But seriously, can we have a
Sorry. Bull, can you just show for everybody, because we have live stream, and can you close this window and go to your winnings on the bottom and click on it, and then you will have now the winner of the largest, the wallet, and you will have so don't freak out about the long. On my side, it's a long wallet, so you can. It's always starting with 0x, so it's 2 wallets in the Lotto winners. Mm-hmm. So the first wallet end with 225, and the last wallet start with 0xe and end with 70b. So here we have 2 winners. We have the largest, and we have the actual winning now from today. Mm-hmm. You can also find the snipe from yesterday. You don't have to, on the protocol overview, top right over referral rewards, you can see winning deposit from yesterday. You don't have to see or ask the Telegram or look for the spreadsheet. And you have the largest deposit today with 7.5, and after that it's your information for yourself. And like we said, the largest deposit price is 300 minimum, so you're gonna have this as long as someone is not over 300. And yeah, so you have a little bit of history where you have the winning deposit of yesterday, at least the amount in LP. For people who ask about it, and now you have also like bullish trying to show right now. You have, so it might not be effective right away, but we're working on the largest deposit kind of history from yesterday and from today. But I don't think it's working yet.
Hasn't refreshed yet.
So does the interface there mean that 2 people won 699 LP?
No.
No.
Okay, well, it says at the top, it says 699 LP, 2 winners. Does that mean they split that?
Yes.
Okay, so they split that price
on the randoms.
Yes, right. That yesterday's price, $6.99.
Gets split. The depositor gets the. Doesn't.
Right, so I'm going to drop in the Telegram here. We have the winners. For people. Yeah, so pretty good first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, Charlie, we were always excited for the auction mentality of these upgrades, and everybody it was really hard to kind of contain like all the stuff that had been worked in, what had been done, and not really kind of spill the beans, so to speak, because all the people that worked on this put a lot of time into it. I just think, for me, I know I was really excited, and with the people that were just in that group for hours and hours and hours, I think we all just were eagerly waiting for this contract to launch, because we knew that people would be so excited about it, and where Detonator can really take this ecosystem. And I think the first obviously the first 20 seconds proved how powerful that was.
Yes. I totally agree. Sorry, I just want to if you can show again the scoreboard, Bull, please. View largest deposit.
Which one? Which one do you want me
if you
to
can show it, view largest deposit, the scoreboard on Detonator. Not the leaderboard, the scoreboard. View largest deposit. Yeah. So you guys can see that we have the 2,000, the winning now that it's first, but don't bother looking at it for now. The one you should look at it if you look this window. It's the address that it's kind of blue purple. So, and you have the largest deposit today on the top right of this pop-up, and you will find everybody everywhere on the UI of Detonator. So it's just the winning now that it's first. It's not I won't call a bug. We will see if we take this one out or whatever, but don't freak out if you see this and it's not the largest deposit, it's just the winning now.
Oops, sorry, Charlie. What did you say?
Did I cut? Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. I just cut out a little bit.
No, I just said that the blue address is the largest
currently
deposit
today.
Right now.
Yep.
And the big one is just the winning now.
Yes. And just so we keep on reiterating this, because another function that changed is the deposits are now cumulative too. So that's a purpose of having, this list of largest depositors, so that we can see, exactly where you stand today, being that those are cumulative. And I assume if you're sniping, with hundreds of LP or thousands of LP, you want to know your position in relation to other people. So the ability to see that, instead of having to go on chain to see that, on chain will have its use, but being able to see it visually, I think other people are going to be able to say, oh, okay, look at this guy or this gal getting ready to snipe, or this one's got 600 LP. Who's going to outdo that person? So it's another neat little element that we added, in that discussion. So that should play some interesting roles here in the future. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I'm just reading a message.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're all kind of reading messages right now. So.
Yeah, because it was like a 8-minute blank, and everybody's trying to understand and stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, maybe we can open to question. I don't know if
yeah, for sure.
If from all aspects, not only Detonator. I don't know.
So Charlie, I still cannot get into the Detonator. I don't know if it's because I'm on Windows 11 PC, but and I did hard reset. I did everything, soft and hard reset. And I cannot get in.
I mean, at this point, I don't know. Maybe just close your browser and stuff like that.
I did.
Yeah.
I tried it too.
What do you use, Brave?
What?
Did you try another browser?
No, I have only Chrome. I did not try it. No. That's on my PC. I have another laptop. I can try on the laptop, but
yeah, but what are you using for your browser?
Chrome.
I'm on Chrome on Mac.
You probably have an Explorer on there.
We didn't hear you, Joe. You cut off.
Oh, I was just saying he probably has an Explorer on his PC, even if he hasn't used it. It's usually built in.
Yeah.
It is built in because
it's working. It's just him. I don't know why, but just him.
No, I know. I just wanted him to try it on another browser in case there was something on his side.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, if you guys don't use Brave browser, take a look at it. It basically mirrors Chrome, works just as well, but it inherently is good about having a shield up to block a lot of outside issues and crap that you get through Google. So I've been using it a long time. I love it.
And you're in BAT tokens too, right?
What was that, Llama?
I said you can earn tokens too, right? BAT.
Exactly. You got it. Yeah. It runs in the background and you earn free tokens. You got it. BAT tokens, right? BAT.
Yeah. Basic attention.
I've dabbled with the Brave browser on and off, but they said to use it for Splinterlands. But I just got discombobulated, and I got a lot of stuff that didn't carry over well. So I'm just sticking with Chrome for now, but I get it. The Brave thing sounds cool.
Does anybody else on stream have any questions?
I didn't check YouTube. Did you check YouTube?
I'm working on it.
Need to compound to be entered in the draw. So there is a question about for Bafur Owuzu Enza. He asked, "What's the minimum you need to compound to be entered in the draw?" So the minimum you need to enter. So you need to compound 0.12 in your rewards. 0.12 will give you a 1 ticket from compounding. And as of now, the last time we checked, to get 0.12 with some instant rewards and stuff like that. And let's say with where you compound 10-15 minutes before rollover, it might be something like 20 LP. But it could be less than 20 LP if you get more instant rewards from the day. And then if you can maybe compound in the last 5 minutes, stuff like that. So it's really an average. There is no perfect math, but with 20 LP, you should be all right to get at least 1 ticket from compounding if you compound relatively close to rollover time. For him, I give him that. But you need to see 0.12 in your rewards. If you compound at 0.06 and you compound again at 0.06, it's not an accumulation of rewards that's going to give you a ticket. You need to see 0.12 or an increment of 0.12, 0.24, 36, 48, and so on to have the tickets. The accumulation of compounding for tickets doesn't work for that part.
Linda,
how do you buy a node?
Oh, okay. Linda,
no, go ahead. Answer.
Okay. For Win It Now, there is no specific button. I'm going to show you where it is. You're going to click on Deposit, and I'll wait until that pops up on screen. There it is. Okay. And then right here, Win It Now, you would click that, and then it's going to give you the amount that you need to deposit exactly. And then you would click that, submit that, and you would click confirm in your MetaMask wallet or your any other Web3 wallet that's compatible. But keeping in mind that this was redeemed within the first 20 seconds. Did you say, Charlie?
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't know when somebody's going to click that, so it's on the user. If you're interested in doing that, you're going to have to kind of be on it, and kind of it's a guessing game a bit. So we got a historical data of 1, and it was 20 seconds in. So take it for what it's worth.
Hey, Bill, I had to step away. This is Hot Llama, but so somebody had a question in the YouTube about nodes being grayed out.
Yep.
I don't know if you already answered that one or not, but
I think that was our LA got that, and she basically said when that button is grayed out, that's because you don't have enough EMP to purchase that specific node that you're trying to buy.
Perfect. That makes sense.
Yeah, so the detonator screen show tickets price of 0.15. It's when you buy. When you deposit a certain amount, you will get. I'll answer Crypto Skeptic. If you deposit, you get 0.50. If you deposit 0.15, sorry, you get 1 ticket. But if you compound, you get a ticket with 0.12 or 0.12, sorry, in your rewards. And if Joe is here, he can explain the basic math behind why 0.12, because it's 20%. I'll let Joe explain that because he's very good at explaining it, because also he's English, so he might explain better than me.
I don't know if he's still on.
Charlie, did you call me?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Did you answer your wife before me? I mean, come on, dude.
No, you guys got me in trouble. She stormed out of my office desk.
You got to
No, I
tell
just
her.
want you to
I feel
explain
like
the
this is worse than my son playing Xbox with headphones on. She's like, "What do you do in that room? What are you talking about? What's Detonator?"
Yeah, man.
And
Don't
she's
close
like,
the door.
"Did you just say? Did you say twat?" I'm like, "No, I said twat with a P."
Hey, can we pause this for 1 second?
Sorry.
Jake, do you want to pop on and say anything about this beautiful beast you've created?
Hey, how's it
You're the
going?
man.
Thank you. Yeah, just I want to say my apologies for the issue today. I understand if it caused any fear because I mean the whole UI went blank, but as I said, a launch as big as this, there's bound to be some issue, and it was going so smoothly. Something had to pop up, and thankfully it was just a super minor UI glitch to where, if you're interested in the technicals, it was that for adding the lottery winners total win amounts together, I was calling the wrong function because I was using the wrong type, which should have shown up in testing, but it somehow slipped through the cracks, I think because of the type was course something else. But yeah, now I'm getting too much into the weeds. So again, just our apologies on that. And it should be a smooth sailing from here on out. Now that the contract has fully gone through its first cycle, you know what to expect. It's business as usual.
Well, added to the excitement for us today. So.
Yeah, Jake, I don't know if you were on here during the rollover. You probably were busy in the background making sure everything's going smooth. But I can tell you, not one single person on the AMA panicked. We were just like, look how cool. I can't believe. Let's start to guess how many LPs went into the contract. The last thing we were thinking that there was a problem. We knew first night there's probably some things to iron out. So I just want to tell you, we have full confidence. We love what you did. We're all excited, and we were not worried for 1 second. We patiently waited. We knew that you'd get it up and going, and you did. You delivered. So just post your address. We'll all send you some money for making such an awesome project.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
It was awesome, man. It's awesome.
Appreciate it, guys.
Jake, is there? Are you still there?
Yep.
Now, is there any one element that you're most excited about? With these new upgrades.
Oh man, really putting me on the spot tonight. You know, I haven't slept in like 48 hours,
Yeah,
but
man.
I mean, to try to answer that question, no, you're good. It's really hard to pin it down to one element because it's really the whole system that works together to kind of cause that whole domino effect. I mean, one thing leading to and causing another thing, right? Like how we initially talked about with the largest deposit pushing up the pool balance, which pushes up the daily burst amount, and then also gives out more instant rewards. That helps the overall ecosystem because the instant rewards are only claimable after the largest deposits, and the largest deposits typically only come in at the end of the day. So then people, if they miss out on those instant rewards and aren't active members like we want them to be, then it just rolls back into the pool, which overall helps the sustainability of the protocol and helps their bags inadvertently. So it's just how it all works together so fluidly, I think, and how many minds and how much time has gone into creating it that has come into fruition based off one core foundation, and we just took it, ran with it, and built on top of it. But yeah, it might not be making any sense right now because
No, man, it's perfect sense. Like, there are people that have favorite parts of the protocol, but like you as the the coder and kind of the Wizard of Oz in the background, like you kind of like the entire ecosystem and the symbiotic relationship that all the pieces have together. So it totally makes sense to me because obviously you've had your hand, so to speak, in the dough of every part of this before you baked it up.
Right. I mean, as a developer, I can always assume what's going to happen once like the logic is followed line by line, or to put it more simply, like users do what's expected, but once you see everything working together and how people gamify it, and you just like realize things that you didn't even know would happen, right? So amazing things and complexities come out of a core foundation that you might not have even predicted. So it's just really interesting to look at and exciting.
Yeah, it's
thanks to everybody involved.
Yeah,
and the community.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's when you add all these things together, you have an idea of the outcome, but you're not certain until that outcome happens. And I don't think anybody, when this project first started, and the people that were here on day 1 or day 30 or day 60, that we felt like we would be where we're at right now, be it like me speaking on the AMA, or you talking about a Detonator V2, right? And so this is all just everything in crypto is dynamic, and it's a work in progress. And the best way to build these things is when we come together and we all add kind of that input, and we kind of take the best of all of us, and put it into that singular thing, and see how it kind of turns out once it's kind of baked and set out to the wild. And so I'm super excited for the Detonator. I loved it before this. I think it's just an incredible product, and with V2 it's only gotten better. I mean, we had 4 winners here today, 4, and none of them are. I don't think anybody's walking away like, oh boy, I wish it would have turned out better. So yeah,
Well, what are we looking at? 7 months?
Otlama.
No, 6
Otlama,
months.
you have echo.
Okay, I'll turn on.
Sorry, go ahead,
Go
Joe.
ahead, Bull, because I know you stopped for that.
Yeah, Joe, what was your question?
I should write this down somewhere. Detonator came out in February, mid-February.
Yeah, today I think is day 177, maybe.
177.
Was it the 16th, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds right.
So because I like my numbers.
Yeah.
But so basically, we've had 177 days. So let's just call it.
Yep.
You can say
6
6
So
months.
we've given out
4
prizes to 354 people since
Yeah.
the Detonator launched 6 months ago.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
That's insane. And then you said today we had 4 winners.
Yep.
So that means it will take us less than 3 months at that rate if we have 4 winners. And I think some days we'll have more than 4.
Mhm.
But if we maintain 4 winners, what we did in 6 months will only take us 3 months to pay out winners. So think about that for a second. Everybody that hasn't won yet, that's been buying tickets, this is going to be intense.
Yeah, and on top of that, Charlie and LA put their brains together and came up with an amazing statistic that, Charlie, it was 82% pool growth month after month, the last 4 months or 5 months, or since the inception.
Yeah, for the first 5 months, because I
Freaking
think I gave
amazing.
LA those numbers like a month ago, something like that.
Yep.
So yeah, the when you took the growth from the 16th of February to, let's say, 16th of July, it was 5 months. The growth was, I don't know how many percentage, but the average was like 82% growth on the pool balance. Sorry.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. And if we just look at the number of users in Detonator, and then it's 3,995, and today we really had an explosive ticket count. If Randy is still here, I think the highest previous to today was 10,700 tickets, and today it was 12,200. So clearly, people were very anticipatory of these amazing upgrades that so many in the community actually really contributed to. And then, Jake, the legend, he coded it. And that's what it is. That's what this is about. This is a project where, the community owns this ecosystem, and, you own your actions too. And the ability to do that, like you can't really go all around the space and say, the things you do, if you go and buy and sell Bitcoin, no effect, unless you're a billionaire, you're really, just, insignificant in that ecosystem. But here, because we're 4,000 strong in the Detonator, 5,000 strong in Telegram, 5,000 strong in Discord, your voice matters. What you do matters. And you're able to have your voice heard by, stepping up and contributing and helping other people. And by doing that, you're actually taking a really important step to being successful in crypto by investing in yourself, because that's something, you can never lose. And in this community, that really does make a difference. And we were briefly touching on it before, how when we all came into this ecosystem, we all knew relatively little, on the community side. But I think a lot of us had this idea of where we wanted to see this project go, and what the team gave us, and the roadmap, and their accessibility. Look, I mean, Jake is here. AJ did the live stream from the bathroom at Disney. That's commitment. That's people. That's consistency. That's people always showing up, and that matters a lot, especially in crypto, because in crypto there is so little consistency. The most consistent thing is the feeling that people are going to get scammed and rug pulled. Here, it's the exact opposite. It's the consistency that you can go to sleep, you can wake up, and this project is going to be stronger tomorrow. So a good way to know that it's going to be stronger tomorrow is to get involved with it today, and add, plant your flag in the community and show the community what you have to offer this project. And I think you're going to be amazed what you find out and what you learn about yourself, and the ability to grow in this space, because it's a fertile ground. It's not toxic like so many other crypto cultures, where when you ask a question, you make a comment, 100 people jump down, on you and beat you down and, make you want to leave that community. Here, it's the exact opposite. Everybody is excited, for people that are asking questions, because we know that when this person comes in and asks the question, this could be the next educator, that is helping the next 10 people or 100 people that come into this community. And that's what this project always needs, is more educator and more people that are interested in seeing it succeed. Because when the project succeeds, if you're an owner, that means you succeed.
Yeah, well, this is Hotline. I was wondering if we got any new folks here on the Telegram or in the watching the YouTube from Splinterlands or some of the other AMAs that AJ's been doing recently, and just curious if we got any newcomers that want to just give us an opinion of what they think so far.
Yeah, good point.
I went into Splinterlands and played a little bit on that and used my EMP to pick up some cards and rented them out, and I'm earning a little bit of what we call it over there. If any Splinterlands folks are here, they might be able to help me with that. But it's really interesting how there's these different projects that let you earn in so many different ways, and I think EMP is really unique in that regard. And that there's so many ways to earn in here. I think there was 10. I don't know, maybe it's more now, Charlie. I'm not sure, but
oh yeah.
And the mechanics of all this and the dynamics of it, it's like this win-win and this perpetual. If you do it right, and I watched the video today. AJ talked about the light bulb moment when you realize, and I know you guys have been talking about it. If you can match your emissions from the boardroom with your farm output, and you can reinvest that and get it balanced just right. And I know, Joe, you introduced the idea of nodes, because when the boardroom's not printing, you can earn some EMP in the nodes, and to balance the ESHAREs that you're earning in the farms. And like that whole dynamic is so cool. And I watched, there was a short video today I watched on YouTube. Somebody must have pulled it from one of the AMAs where AJ was talking about that light bulb moment. But yeah, just can't stress it enough that like the way the mechanics have been set up here, and that it's just mind-boggling, really. So.
Llama, you touched on something pretty interesting. You said that positive feedback loop, and I have a different perception on the idea of the positive feedback loop. It's because this community is so positive and so helpful. Like, you want to keep coming back for more and more and more, right? It's a positive feedback loop that keeps you coming back to this DeFi dinner plate, because you're going to learn more. Yeah,
and like I love that we do the AMAs around the rollover, and like you get the lottery and the biggest deposit, and we celebrate wins together.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one of those things, and the fact that the new model has more than one lottery winner, if the deposit's big enough, is like more people can contribute, and more people can be part of that celebration, and that's what this is about. It's so cool. Yeah. And this happens and it's like the community comes around this moment in time, at least every day here, but there's a lot of other activity going on during the day. A lot of us work and whatnot, but I know that every day, no matter what day it is, I can come here and be part of the rollover and watch and celebrate somebody's win. And I haven't won the lottery, but that's okay, because just whatever I'm putting in there to get my tickets, I'm winning.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm increasing my principal and I'm earning more. So you can't go wrong, right?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. And really, the sky is the limit here. The only limiting factor is how educated the people in the system are, understanding how we keep growing this, how we keep moving it forward, and the most productive manner in which to do that, or the most effective way to do that. And so the great thing here with opportunity is we always have that chance to meet that new person, and help them find or have that light bulb moment. And that's what's here, is that win-win up into the right attitude that separates us from a lot of projects. And I know I'm really happy to always be here in any capacity and help in any way that I can. And I know there's 500 more people just like me. If I can't show up, there's going to be somebody else to answer those questions, to help people, be a phone call, or a walk through, like on a Zoom or something, because there's a lot of amazing people here, big brains, big hearts, big hands. So
mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've gone through the academy, and anybody who's new, I highly recommend going through the academy. And I haven't, but even going through the academy, the nuances and some of the questions you might have, they all get answered here in these AMAs. And like you stress this all the time, Bull, but I'll just echo it, that being at these AMAs and showing up, you learn so much more, because somebody's asking that question that you might be thinking about that you didn't ask, or you totally forgot about it, you spaced on it when you were after you left the academy. But there's so much more that you learn here, and not just about the project, but what's going on around, what the things AJ's thing. And there's always alpha, and we got Impulse, and I know AJ said we haven't talked about it in a while, but when Pulse Chain launches, we're already poised. And I don't know if a lot of newcomers know that, right? But I'm sure that AJ will talk about it more. But we wanted to get through this these new detonator upgrades first. But there's just so much going on that you learn just by showing up at these AMAs, that you won't get from the academy. The academy is definitely the way to start, though.
One thing I will point out to people is it's time for the PEG dance, because we're killing it here. PEG is pumping, so, you know, get over there and, you know, drop those emojis. GIFs, emojis.
I know I'm late, and Charlie's probably going to hit me on the head, but someone asked the question.
Stop it. You're too late. You're too late. It doesn't matter.
I am not too late. Never too late. So someone had a question about the tickets costing 0.15 LP. And what's the 0.12? Why is it different? And yes, you already know the answer is the tax, but just to clarify a little bit, if you take 0.15 and you multiply it by 0.8 or 80%, that's the 20% tax. So it's 0.12 is the 20% taken off the 0.15. That's why when you compound, it's only 0.12 because it's working backwards. When you see your pending rewards in the detonator, that amount has already taken into tax. So if you see pending rewards that say 1 LP and you want to claim those to your wallet and put them in the farm, you will get exactly 1 LP because the tax, again, was already done in the background. If you deposit that, I'm sorry, not deposit, but compound that 1 LP, then the math is just 1 divided by 0.8. And you're going to get 1.25 LPs added into your deposit balance because you get the tax back. It's off the original untaxed amount. So that's why you divide by 0.8. Some people take 1 and they multiply it by 1.2, and it's not the same. It's close, but you just divide and you get that 1.25. And then, of course, if you're looking at 1.25 as your deposit amount, you just divide that by 0.12, and that, you know, tells you how many tickets you get. You're not going to get a half a ticket, so just round down. If you know, like that 1.25 is going to give you 10 tickets, 10.41, so it's only 10. So that's why 6 gives you 50 tickets on a compound, and 7.5 gives you 50 tickets on a deposit, because it all has to do with that 20% tax.
Perfect, Joe. Thanks. Perfectly laid out. Incredible. And Joe, correct me if I'm wrong. All of this stuff is over in Discord in the appropriate channels, laid out like in nice formats that are easy to understand for people. Correct?
Yes. So a lot of time and effort was put in Discord by a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I don't want to name everybody because I will forget someone and I'll feel bad. But some of them are on this call. But you'll see who wrote what. But yes, Discord we call the library, and the other one, Telegram, we call the pub because we do the Peggy dance and everything else. Telegram's great because you get your information fast. But if you want to like study something, like say you want to know how many tickets you get for, you know, so many compounds or deposits in increments. You want to know the strategies. We talked tonight about balancing nodes or the boardroom with EMP emissions against your farm emissions with ESHAREs. All that is laid out in Discord in really nice, organized fashion. We have our channels like that cover the detonator in detail, that cover the farms in detail. And then we have a strategy section that's kind of like, well, now that you're in it, what can you do to optimize? Just like Hot Llama was saying, talking about balancing there, and that we talk about that a lot. But yeah, we have all kinds of content, all kinds of charts and graphs and spreadsheets. Everything you can think of is in there. And if there's anything you'd like to see or you have a question, let us know, and we'll kind of put our heads together and come up with something.
Perfect.
And if you go to the strategy guide, don't freak out, people. You will see only Joe writing these, but he didn't think about that alone. We all think about it. So don't put Joe on the top of the podium. He didn't do much. He just write, and we do the math. It's no big deal. All right. So don't give too much credit to Joe if you go to the strategy guide. Otherwise, he might say something that he's the smartest. I'm just kidding, of course. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Charlie wrote the strategy guide, and every time you see your question being answered in Telegram or Discord by Randy and by Charlie and by Stinky, it's really me.
I mean, I'm okay with the copy paste. I'm glad to give copy paste to people, and because it's well written and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, good. It's not a lack of effort, but it's also about a lack of effort from maybe this person. At first, if we answer with a model or a link, it's just that I don't want to say we think about everything before, but we had 99% of the question that was asked before, and we try to just have the best answer, and the best answer is oftentimes a little bit deeper, a little bit longer. So we think about the way we're going to explain it and stuff like that. So we put those in the guide, but we know people are sometimes a little bit lazy. I don't blame them. I can be too. And you don't want to check all the guide, especially after with a project like EMP, we offer so much, and we will still offer a lot more, that the guide becomes bigger and bigger. But again, if you ask a question, we might throw you a link, might throw you a video, we might throw you an explanation that we write before, AJ or Bull or anybody else cut from what this answer this question in MA and stuff like that. So we really try to again, it goes with Detonator and the suggestion and the remark and stuff. So we really try to have the best product, and that's why I'm going to say product, about the EMP economy and the community, because for me the community is part of the product, and Discord and Telegram and YouTube and so much more. Because if you have a good end product, I don't have the best analogy right now, but if I can say the iPhone, but you don't have the support when you have a problem with your iPhone, either from email, either from calling Apple or whatever. Just to give an example, I'm not trying to chill Apple, but just to give an example that the support, or if you go to the website where you can't find where to click on to buy the product, or maybe they have a FAQ section on their website, but then maybe you don't have the answer to your question inside this FAQ, it's okay. We're here for you, and then we will be like, all right, yeah, we missed that in the academy, the Discord, the whatever, and we might, if it's important to us for whatever reason, to add this one. So we really try to see EMP as a. Are you cutting me off when I'm just chilling your work?
You Frenchmen sometimes don't know when to quit. You cut us off at the most critical time. We just had a boardroom print. It flipped over. We went from 1.0248. We're at officially 1.0311. 3.11 above PEG.
3% print, folks.
Yeah, 3% print. I hope you guys enjoy those, because I was about to mention that we have to protect the PEG, because those bad actors that if you want or not, the less ESHARE, we talk about this, the less ESHARE we have in the boardroom, the bigger the print might be. And unfortunately, sometimes the people who are in the boardroom just stay in the boardroom and just enjoy those high rewards. So try to have some ESHARE inside the boardroom to get those EMP, just to not give them to other. And then I'm gonna loop around. Beautiful. And then if you don't know what to do with your EMP, that's where you can have the community, the Discord, the Telegram, the academy, the strategy, and all that goes with that. So protect your investment by not selling EMP and stuff like that, and now try to learn how to use it the best way you can. And I think we have a lot for that. And if we don't have your answer or you don't have the answer, we can answer you for sure without any problem.
Yep, well said, Charlie. This is your protocol. Protect it if you want it to print. There's no, you don't have to be a 200 IQ person to understand how this works, and it's okay if you don't understand it right now. When you're in here long enough and you've done a little bit of homework, everything is going to click in here for you very quickly, a lot quicker than you think. And you're really going to come to that realization, like, holy crap, these guys weren't kidding. This is my ecosystem. So you have to, do what you can to protect it and act in a responsible manner so that the ecosystem rewards you. That being said, I'm going to end the live stream. I'll keep the Telegram open for anybody that has that wants to keep, talking, ask questions, whatever. But I don't want to have LA transcribe 3 hours and stuff. So thank you, everybody. But we'll go to the Telegram, and AJ will be back on Thursday. But we're going to hold down the fort. Everybody here in the community is going to do this tomorrow. And we're going to be better at explaining what we didn't quite get today. But because the more we talk, the better we get. Right, Charlie?
He fell asleep.
Oh, darn it.
We're good.
No. I'm here. I can't fall asleep. It's noon. But yeah, I agree. The more we, I could talk economy and EMP and stuff all day long. But
me too.
Damn, I gotta work. That's the worst. I gotta work.
Okay, friends.
I have done much. Have a good one.